Okay, we are all set. We're going to be looking at the final order cutoff for July 29th, books of interest. You want to find out what I've got in store for you? You got to stick around. Welcome back, family. Timo Hanna here. I'm your host, Rich, and we have the final order cutoff books of interest. And I'm recording this actually on Thursday night because I normally do on Friday night, but I'm going to see Deadpool tomorrow, and I'm not going to be messing around. So you'll probably be seeing this on Saturday noon, like I normally do, unless you happen to be a YouTube member, at which point you're going to get early access to it. So what do I mean by book of interest? Well, basically, it's anything that I think you should know about that might be sneaking in underneath your radar. So, of course, any number ones. If it's a one-shot, a limited series, a new series, whichever, I'm going to try to point it out to you. If it's a number two, maybe you were in your LCS, you picked up some book, and you're like, hey, let's read this, and you liked it. Well, if it's a number two, I'm just going to point it out to you so this way you're like, hey, you continue reading it. Once you're past that point, I'm not going to go 3, 4, 12, whatever. But your second number twos, I will point out. Your second printing or multiple printings of your number ones, your third print, fifth print, ninth print. Point those out to you. Sometimes they sneak under the radar, and one of those printings is a low print. Also, there's a lot of people that just love collecting all the printings, so I'll just try to point it out. An annual, a giant size, a king size book. If you're subscribed to a book, Batman, you're going to get 12 issues for 12 months. The Batman Annual is not part of your subscription. So if you want to get it and know what the story is, I point it out to you so you can order it and make sure that the LCS that you pick up from has it there for you. And if I see any really cool covers, and we got a couple this week, really cool covers that it's nothing specific in the book, but the cover is just absolute fire. I'm going to show it to you. And if I hear of any first appearances or anything major that happens in the book itself, I will point that out. Most of the time I don't know this, but if you happen to know something specific and I miss it, drop it down in those comments down below. Not just for me, but for everybody else who watches the video. This way we're all part of the same family looking out for each other. But without further ado, let's get into this list. Boom! Okay, so we got Image Comics comes in first. We have Impact Winter Evenfold. It's a one-shot, and no idea what it's going to be about. I haven't read anything in this. The year is 1953. The Cold War is at its height. And intelligent operative Penelope Chambers. Okay, Penelope, right there, you lost me. Because I got the perils of Penelope in my head now. So if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and add it to your list. Also from Image, we have Stand Still #1. This is an 8-part series coming out. Let's see how this one does. We have Witchblade #2. A lot of people were talking about #1, so if you happen to be one of those people and you want to continue reading it, just make sure that you add it to your poll. Here's your reminder. Moving over to Boom Studios, we have, and no image is available, unfortunately, but Berserker, a Face Full of Bullets, #1 second printing. Again, do you like those multiple printings? Don't forget to add it to your poll. The Once and Future Pen and Ink #1, cover A from Mora. If you're one of the pen and ink collectors, don't forget to add that one to your collection. Now this one is just straight fire. I'm sorry, this one, Batman, the Brave and the Bold, #16, cover D, the Bermejo Batman 85th anniversary. Come on, look at that. Oh my God, that is so cool. I love that cover. I really, really love that cover. So again, if I see a cool cover, it's a cover D. You might not, maybe the store is going to order some, let's be honest. But just to be on the safe side, you order yourself a copy, it's there ready and waiting for you. Love it. So we have the Dark Knights of Steel All Winter #2, this 6-part series. If you liked #1, you want to continue reading, don't forget to add that to your list. Jenny Sparks gets a 6-part series. So it's a few different covers of this as well. But if you want to pick this up and read it and see how it goes, don't forget to add it. 0 Hour 30th anniversary, the wraparound. I saw this one on a different site, and I think it's a cool looking cover. So this is a 30th anniversary of 0 Hour. The Jurgens, it's a $10 book though, just to be on the safe side. I'm making sure you know. I actually have a copy of this, I believe, ordered for myself. Moving into Marvel, we have the Aliens versus Avengers #1. Of course, everybody, we got to have some series of everybody fighting against the aliens. I'm sure we're going to get a Squirrel Girl versus aliens at some point too. There's money to be made, they'll make it. But it is a Hickman story, so let's have a little bit of hope for it. Chasm, Curse of Cain, 1 of 4. Now, I didn't even know Chasm was, I know that they had him in Spider-Man last year, really cool cover art and everything, but I thought that he went like the way of Punchline. So I don't know if they're trying to, if Chasm is back, if he never left and I just happened to miss it, or if it's they're just trying to ram him down the throat because they want to, make use of a character. But if you liked him and you want to see this 4-part series, don't forget to add Chasm, Curse of Cain, okay, #1. We have the Incredible Hulk annual. Remember, I told you if you don't, annuals are separate. So, and there's a few different covers of this. I'm not crazy about the cover A, but it's part of the Infinity Watch. No, wow. Sarah Pacelli did the cover art on it? No. Salvador LaRocca did the cover art. Really? LaRocca? Yeah, it's okay. Hopefully the story's better than the cover art. Marvel 85th Anniversary Special. Yes. $7.99. Marvel, celebrate Marvel's 50,000th comic book release. See, I told you, you're never going to own them all, unless you're like Mile High. Okay. But, in the far future of the year 50,000, the exploits of the heroes of the Marvel Age are the stuff of legend, half remembered but still celebrated. Come with us now on a tour of the greatest museum in all the cosmos. Okay, we'll see. There is a wraparound cover, which really does look nice. It's the Luciano Vecchio. God forbid they should give it a full size, but anyway, it's a wraparound cover if you like it. And of course, just not to be outdone, there is also a Scotty Young wraparound, which that one goes to full size. And I wouldn't want to rip the cover off of the comic book, but I'd like to see that as a poster. Call me crazy, but I think that looks cool. Get that one as a poster signed. That would work nice. NYX #2. If you liked #1, you want to continue reading it, there's your reminder. We have the Phases of the Moon and a couple of different nice covers on this one. Nothing super standout jumping I got to show you because it's fire, but a couple of nice covers on this. It's a 4-part series, and I've never been a tremendous Moon Knight fan, so I'm not going to be ordering it, but please, if I'm missing out on something really great, drop it down in the comments. Tell me why I should be picking this up. Phoenix #1, second printing, the Joe Quesada variant. If you are one of those multiple printings, or you just missed the first print and you want to grab a copy, there you go. Okay, this is one of those fire covers, okay? And there's 2 for Spider-Gwen that I really, really love this week. This one is the Mark Brooks. And man, that's a, jeez, that's a good cover. That's somebody that, they're definitely having a shot of absinthe before they're drawing at night. Wow, that's good. I like that one. And also, I mean, I saw this. My first thought was that it was Momoko, but it's not Momoko. Okay, this is a beautiful cover. I love this, and this is the Ji-Hung Lee variant. Both of these are just regular, prices. They're not incentive ratios, and it's only $4 to get yourself a really, really cool looking cover. So, boom. Star Wars Ahsoka #2. If you like #1 and you want to continue reading it, I believe this should just be one issue per episode, just like it was with Mandalorian and stuff like that. And that's the cover A. This is the Erica Durso variant, which, correct me if I'm wrong, that might be the first comic book appearance of a Loth cat. Not that that matters, but, you know, maybe it does. Who knows? Okay. So moving on, we've got Venom War Zombiots. Zombies symbiotes. And there's a few covers that definitely look like they're mature reading only, but it doesn't say mature. So just on a side note, if you're going to the LCS with your kids, remember that on August 28th, when this is going to be on the shelves. So if your kids get nightmares, just be ready for it. Okay. We have a new one here from the Up From the Ashes, A New Beginning, everything mutant related. Of course, we're going to have a Wolverine book, and there's a lot of different covers on this. And this has got my fire pick of the week, honestly. This one's on it, but this is a good one too. Wolverine #1, the John Tyler Christopher negative space variant that was from C2E2 a couple of years ago, and you know, people just couldn't. It just got out of hand. Was it like still $200, $300 for a 9.8? That's the one, in my opinion, that defines negative space variants, and it's $4.99. You're going to be able to get yourself a copy of it. Put it up, you know, put it up on your wall. But oh my God, the Pac Leeson. Remember, Pac Leeson did a little Spider-Man like the Chasm cover. He's got a adamantium head, so it's almost like an X-ray view of Wolverine. And this is a foil variant. Okay, so expect to pay a premium price for it. And there's also a 1 in 100, I think, of this one, which is slightly different as far as colors, but it's the same book. That looks great. I don't know. I'm not going in for the 1 in 100, but I will take that one in a foil. Okay, that one in a foil I think is going to be just killer. X-Force #2, again, another one of the rebooted ones. So if you happen to read #1 and you want to continue reading it, don't forget to add that. Now we move into the independents. We've got Powerpuff Girls #2 with Mojo Jojo. Right there on the cover. If you liked #1, and who didn't, don't forget to add #2 to your pull list. We have Biker Mice from Mars, #2 of 3. It's a 3-part series. And somewhere around here I've got my copy. I'm not sure even where I put it. Yeah, so from Oni Press. If you liked #1 and you want to continue reading it, there it is. We have the Cursed Library Alpha #1. This is a cover A, and this comes from Archie Comic Publications. Dark Soul Side #2 of 2. So I don't have to worry about reminding you of #3. It's only a 2-part. So if you read #1 and you want to continue reading this Valiant book, then make sure you add it to your pull list. The Deadly Trails #1 of 5 from Black Box Comics. Now, this is a wraparound, so don't look at it like with the Distillery books, which we have some coming up, which are the prestige format, the larger ones. This is just a regular comic book, but it's a wraparound, so it shows you the full cover. EC Epitaphs from the Abyss #2 of 5. Now, I've already contacted my listeners. I got to get over there and pick up #1. I've been told by multiple people I've got to read this book. Okay. And it's cover B. There's a 1 in 10. Yeah, I've ordered #2 already, and I got to get caught up. This is kind of along the lines of like the suspense stories and the old EC stuff. It says EC right on it. So stuff that got them in trouble way back when. They're trying to push it back out again. Yay. I guess they just say, yeah, it's mature, so don't read it, kids. So I've definitely got to check that one out myself. The Eternal Warriors Last Ride of the Immortals, #2 of 2. So if you like #1, there's your reminder from Valiant Comics again. Dark Horse is bringing back Gru, Minstrel Melodies, the Sergio Aragones. I think we're getting an animated series for this. I don't think it's a movie. I think it's an animated series. So in preparation, they're starting to come up with some new storybooks and get them out there because it's, people are talking about it. If you were a fan of the old Gru, you might want to just add this one. And this is Gru before Despicable Me. From Titan Comics, we have Huge Detective, #1 of 5. Last Wardens, #2 of 6 from Mad Cave Studios. If you liked #1, you want to continue reading, there's your reminder. Lilith from Vault Comics, #1 here. I think there's like 2 different covers of this one. Nemesis Rogues Gallery #2 from Dark Horse. So if you liked #1 and you want to continue reading, there's your reminder. Ram God #2 of a 6-part series from Massive, which is also Whatnot. If you liked #1 and you want to continue reading, go right ahead. And it seems like every month they're coming out with a different Rick and Morty, and they're like, I think they're like all one-shots or maybe like a 2-part series just so they can keep those #1s coming out to keep people from to buy them. But Rick and Morty, Youth in Rick Volt instead of Revolt. That's the cover A from Oni Press. I mean, they're only $4.99, so if you're a Rick and Morty fan, just keep the stories coming, right? Here we go. Somna is the name of the book from Somna Cover Gallery, one-shot from Distillery Media. It's a Jenny Frison cover. Ooh, wow. Bedtime story. It didn't look like a bedtime story I'm putting my kids to bed with. But it's a $10 book. Just remember that. But it is, like I said, prestige format. So it's, magazine size. The Dark Horse is coming with the Star Wars High Republic Echoes of Fear #1. I don't know how long this series is going to run for. But also we have a one-shot from Star Wars, the High Republic Phase 3 Crash and Burn one-shot. For all you Star Wars lovers out there, which, by the way, I'm one. I've ordered them. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2024 #2. It's a couple different covers there. If you liked reading this story at #1 and you want to continue reading it, don't forget to add that to your poll. We have a one-shot from IDW, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Best of Dark Leo. So, 2 more left here. We have Time Waits, #1 from Distillery Media. Now, what's really interesting on this one, though, this is Chip Zdarsky, and he always puts out a quality product as far as storyline. So now he's getting, like high-grade paper and everything else. Maybe this is one that he's kept in the in his back of his mind, or in his folders, waiting for a high grade, and Distillery Media has given it to him. That's the cover A, and if you really want, though, to get the cover F, you actually get Chip Zdarsky's artwork with it too, because he did the cover art on this one. So you get a double dip, artwork and storyline. And that wraps up the Final Order covers, Final Order's Books of Interest for July 29th, 2024. Well, hopefully you found this very, very interesting. I know I did. And I have just got to quickly remind everybody that if you would like to help support one of our channel members, Mr. Stinker Buns himself, Garrett, is raising money for the, where is it? I know I have it here. There it is. Immune Deficiency Foundation. The link for this is in the description. You'll find it there. But as you can see, boom, we have blown past the halfway point. We only have till August 2nd. And then, we want to try to hit that goal of 1,500. We're almost at 1,200. So any way that you can help, it would really, really be appreciated. But also, don't forget, we have the Comics Curing Cancer big auction coming up in the first week of October. So between this right here, see, it's right there, and the Comics Curing Cancer, you get to be a superhero and save lives while collecting comics. Can it be any better than that? I don't think so. So we got to make sure that Garrett gets to his $1,500 goal, and we got like 1 week left to do it. I know we can push us back all the way across that finish line. All right, so I want to say thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, drop a comment down below because I want to hear from you guys. What books did I miss? What covers did I miss? I thought I got all the really cool ones, but my taste is not the same as everybody else's. So if you think there's a certain book that I should have mentioned, tell people, call it out. Who knows? You might be predicting a book that shoots up through the moon in price. The next thing you know, you're going to have your own show, and I'll sit back and I'll be, out of a job. Hope not. All right, guys. Got to get ready for Deadpool tomorrow. I hope no spoilers. No spoilers. No spoilers. And from what I understand, don't watch TikTok because you'll scroll past pictures which are spoilers. Jason Doyle found that out the hard way. All right, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. Deadpool yourself. Get your books ordered. And until I see you in the next video, though, mahalo.